Yo people, it's going down. It's MC Noble. Welcome back to another stream. Today's just a quick reminder to let you know that Unrestricted is this Saturday coming, the 23rd of November, where I'm hosting Room 2 on the microphone. And yeah, this is just a quick reminder to let you guys know that this gig is still going full swing, and if any of you people do want to pop down to the event, it's free entry, and basically you've got a decent amount of time from about 9 o'clock I think till about 3 in the morning, full of house, drum and bass house music. Like I say, with me, I'm the MC Freestyle, hosting Room 2, doing some drum and bass selection for you on the microphone. So expect some wicked bars, expect some bar to bar, B2Bs, expect a lot of hosting. I'm looking forward to doing it. My first ever drum and bass event as well, which I'm quite looking forward to. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one. Some great local DJs on the lineup. Nothing mainstream. There's no like headliners are out. It's just a little free event. But this time they've gone a little bit bigger with the free event and got both rooms, and got obviously me and Freestyle hosting the event. DJ Raw, there's Green, Healy UK. Healy's the one who organises the events, really wicked girl, and there's loads of other great lineups on here as well. Loads of great drum and bass house DJs that are going to really fill up the night and make the night something to remember, and it's always something to go down and something that I can go ahead and say that I've done it. Do you know what I mean? It's something to have as a memory and say this is what I did, if that makes sense. So I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be something that's going to be on another level. That I just, like I say, I just so can't wait to do it. I can't really tell you too much more about it because, like I say, I've never done a drum and bass event before, so it is really more me just telling you that I'm looking forward to doing it. But it's a reminder as well that it's a free entry event. People have no excuse to get down to this one. It's free to get in. And to be fair, like a lot of people say, like they'll come and see me at gigs and support me, and they don't. And this is a free event, so you hardly, for one weekend out of however many weekends I gig, I mean, it's not like I'm gigging every single weekend, so it's not like people are constantly buying tickets to come and see me somewhere. So like it's probably a one-off weekend, is this, or they might put me on another Unrestricted, they might have us hosting a room again, depends how good we do at this one. Depends how good we do at this one, I suppose, and how it goes. But what I'm saying is this could be a one-off. This might not be something that will happen very often. I don't know, but basically it's like to say it's a free event out of all the weekends I usually would normally gig, which isn't many. Like it's no hard do by to come and see me play for like one night. If you are a true supporter and you do live around the area. But yeah, so drum and bass vibes, bass house. So we won't be doing anything down in Room 1, and we'll be hosting probably the whole of Room 2 for the whole entire night. That's what I think's gonna happen. I couldn't tell you. I don't know if we're just doing like a slot over some of the DJs, or I don't know if some of the DJs will want us hosting like over their set, or some DJs won't mind. I don't know really how it's rolling. When I first saw this flyer, I thought Freestyle was going to host downstairs and I was going to host upstairs, or the other way around, but apparently drum and bass is just upstairs, so they want us both hosting drum and bass because according to Healy, we work well together, which, that is, can't deny and lie there. We're both giving each other tips as far as the music goes, so we do work well together. And yeah, I think, to be fair, this one will be a really good event to get down to. So like I say, this is my I'm attending picture, just to say that I'm hosting on the mic, because I am hosting on the mic. There's a picture of me, one of the other stompings, if you haven't seen this one already, which I'm quite looking forward to. Going back to stomping again, which is actually the week after. I'm not officially booked on the lineup, but Dave will let me have a go on the mic anyway, so that's all sweet. And that stomping falls onto my birthday, so at midnight I'll turn 22, which will be a really, really good week, and then I'll be spending it with just the right people, all the stomping people, and all, some of the Forever Young radio people that have sort of they're not even really, I don't even really class them as friends anymore, and I class them as family. So I'm really looking forward to spending my birthday weekend with them, because I wanted to organise a party anyway, but it just so happened that stomping turned out to be on that weekend, which is just fantastic. One of my favourite local events, all my favourite hardcore music and power stomp. Even some of the Scarborough boys are coming down for this one, which is really good as well, and it's just going to make a wicked weekend for my birthday. But like I say, all things unrestricted first, and then like I say, the weekend after that stomping is Alliance to Christmas Stomp, which is my second gig of the year, where I'm hosting a special stomping set with Freestyle and Sniper, with DJs Dave Fallows and DJ Franks, which is going to be absolutely wicked. But I'll just zoom in if you can't see my name on this one, because some of the MC names are quite small on this one, but as you can see there, Dave Fallows, B2B, Franks, Freestyle, Sniper, Noble, a stomping set, which I've got to give it to Sniper. He's been really improving on the mic recently, which is good. I think stomping's helped him a lot, because he's been doing practically every stomping on the mic, and he's done a few house parties on the mic. What's happening, Andy? So he's been doing well. And then again, this is my attending picture look. Again, I use that stomping picture where I'm on the mic, because I don't really, to be fair, I don't really have any good pictures of me MCing. I've got some that I've taken myself at a gig, where there hasn't really been too much of a good picture for it. But to be fair with you, it's that this was, in my opinion, the clearest. This was the best picture. This looked the best. It looked the more professional, and not like someone had just snapped it with a phone or something. It looked like it was done with an actual camera, because it was done with an actual camera, because our main man, Jester, on board the stomping team, he goes around and takes pictures with a camera, because our normal photographer is actually pregnant, so she doesn't come to the raves anymore to take pictures while she's pregnant. So but yeah, so I'm really looking forward to these two gigs, if I'm honest with you. But I'm really looking forward to the Unrestricted one, because I've never done a drum and bass event, and drum and bass is one of them things, a lot of people don't actually like it. A lot of hardcore people don't like it, but a lot of drum and bass actually sits at 170 beats per minute, so you can actually, especially the older hardcore, the bonkers hardcore, you can actually mix some of that quite well into drum and bass, and some hardcore tracks do actually have little drum and bass sections within the tracks where it'll sound a little dubsteppy or drum and bassy. But me personally, I like all forms of rave music, to be fair with you. I've got quite into the drum and bass lately. Bass house, I don't mind some of the bass house. I am more into the I'm more into like classic music, as in like I'm more into like as far as like bass and bass line goes, I preferred the more niche stuff from years ago, the sort of like Danny Bond bass line stuff, the sort of like garagey bass line stuff, not this modern bass house as such. Drum and bass I sort of preferred the old sort of like jungly drum and bass. I don't mind some of the jump up. With the house music, I prefer like the classic like acid house and piano house and stuff like that. And same with the hardcore, really. I like a lot of the classic hardcore. Some of the newer hardcore today, some of this like what they call it like happy hardcore now, is like nothing compared to the old happy hardcore. And they all sort of like, I don't even know how to explain it, but if you see these hardcore songs and they've got pictures of like Pokemon character, these like Japanese like cartoon characters, it's like all these like that sort of happy hardcore is nothing like the old happy hardcore, and it never will be. I don't mind some of the new power stomp, and I certainly don't mind some of the tracks that Darren Styles is releasing recently, but some of this like sort of like Japanese cartoony pictures over like happy hardcore mixes that you see on YouTube are not really that good, to be fair with you. Some of the tracks are alright, but some of them just aren't that bad. And hardstyle, you can't beat the old Gabba. The old Gabba is something. Frenchcore, I don't mind Frenchcore, but certain Frenchcores are just a no for me. There's certain Frenchcores that just, to be completely honest with you, just literally like, some people call Frenchcore a headache, and they can be right. Within some of the songs, Frenchcore can just be a headache, but there is some Frenchcore songs that sound like a speeded up power stomp song, which I don't actually mind some of them, but some of them are just like a headache. Like, it's hard to explain, but there's different sorts of Frenchcore songs, and some of them are just absolutely terrible. Some of them are alright, but you've just got to vary your variations to be completely and utterly truthful with you. And then anyway, so then once the Alliance event is down, basically we're getting quite close to Christmas. The 21st is another stomping, and we will have Scott Brown coming down. Scott Brown's coming for a special Christmas stomp. Scott Brown's coming down. We've got MC's JD Walker as well, which is going to be quite good as well. Having JD Walker, I really would have loved them to have got MC Doma, because Scott Brown and Doma Donfest this year was absolutely, they were on another level. They were absolutely on another level that I'd never heard before. Doma just absolutely knew how Scott Brown worked, and that's one good thing about being an MC. If you know how the DJ works, like you sort of have an idea about what sort of style of songs they're gonna play, that can really help you out within a set. You know, if you know how that DJ rolls, you know, speaking from if you've worked with that DJ within the future, then you will know that, you know, you'll work well with the DJ. But if you don't, on the other hand, if you don't know how, you know, the character works, then you've got no chance. Well, you haven't got no chance, but you're not going to sound as good as someone who's maybe like worked with this DJ for years and done sets with him, you know, multiple times over the years. You're going to know how he works, and you're going to know what sort of tunes he plays, and especially outside of the music, like outside of the raves, like outside of gigs, if you have a good relationship with that DJ himself and you go into the studio with him, and you know, you're there sort of like as a friend, and you know, he maybe sends you tracks that he's working on before they're released, and you're getting a good idea of what the tracks actually are before he's actually released them, and you know, like I say, you know, in how that DJ slash producer works, it works a lot better. But we've got I've got like an announcement to tell you about a new track that we've got coming up. Well, we've got 2 tracks coming up that we're actually writing over FL Studio. We've only started working on the one at the moment, and this one's for our bar to bar duo, which is actually called When I Write a Rhyme, and it's got a good bar. It's about like there's loads of like different rhymes in it, but we take a lot of like real life things and put them into the rap, but in a way that you wouldn't think. Like we sort of we rhyme about items, but we change the meaning of what the item is. It's hard to explain. So we do like a rhyme, and it goes like, it's time to kick it, I've got clean bars like Fairy Liquid. So that's like sort of in a way like using Fairy Liquid as the example that we have clean bars, because Fairy Liquid cleans. And we also say a bar, we burn down the rhyme like a clip or lighter. So it's sort of influencing that, like we're spitting fire on the mic, we're burning down the rhyme, you know, we're spitting fire, you know, we're doing well, but we're using the fact that because clip or lighters can burn things down, we're using the clip or lighter as sort of like the example, if that makes sense. And then we've got like another one like we burn you down like a swan rizzler, you know, and stuff like that. You know, there's words in there that sort of like influence that that we're doing quite, you know, that we're doing, you know, like we're saying an item and we're using that item as if to say into a rhyme, but changing the meaning of that item, that it's like, if you get what I mean, like you get the examples, but it's hard to say sort of like exactly what it is we're doing. But do you know what I mean? It's sort of like it'd be sort of like saying like we cover your back like a coat, but meaning that we cover your back as in like if anyone like tries to start on you, we'll knock them out type thing, but using the coat because the coat covers your back, if that makes sense. That's sort of what we would sort of do. And there's loads of rhymes like bar to bar is fast like a car, we rap on the mic, don't play the guitar, but that don't mean that we hate rock. So like, you know, we're saying that we rap, we don't play guitar, but you know, we don't have anything against rock, but our raps will go to the top, and you know, bar to bar's never gonna stop. We never tangle or end up in a knot. So what's that? So what that's meaning is that we never get stuck with our tracks. We never like tangle or end up in a knot that we don't know how to go, you know, further with the song, if that makes sense. And there's loads of rhymes in there. I think my partner in crime Freestyle says one about he says something like everything Noble said was right. We come after main course like Turkish delight, which is influencing that. That we're coming after the meal. So like we're doing the raves, it's after you've eaten, so we come after the main course like a Turkish delight. But so we're saying like we're like a good dessert. Listen to our rhymes, we're a good dessert, if that makes sense. There's loads of bars throughout the track, but the main influence of the tune is when I write a rhyme. So it's sort of explaining when I write a rhyme, yes, I use a pencil, but then I actually say a bar in the song that says we rap straight from the brain, we don't use pencils. So but it's going to be a good track, and once it's produced and completed, it will sound absolutely wicked. And then our second track is we're gonna make a drum and bass track, which is if you remember an old classic song called The Bouncer by Kicks Like a Mule. It's basically it's a song about a bouncer saying your name's not down, you're not coming in, and me and my good friend Freestyle, we're going to make a drum and bass remix, and we're going to sort of make that song, but Freestyle's going to be the bouncer, and I'm going to be the guy who's pretending to get in the club, and he's going to be saying like, your name's not down, you're not coming in, and we're going to have this like really wicked drum and bass beats that are going to come in like a bit of a jump uppy sort of style, so it's not going to be a rapping song as such, but it's going to feature our like duo voices in it. And he's going to be like, your name's not down, you're not coming in, and stuff like that, and I'm going to say some stuff like, let me in or something, or like, I can't wait for this rave, and then it'll be like, whoa, 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 your name's not down, you're not coming in, that sort of thing. So yeah, what's happening, bro? What's going on? MC Flinkley TV, hope you're well. So yeah, so we've got some good plans, but like I say, these gigs are also what we have in the pipeline, and I hope to obviously get more gigs up in the future as well. Take it as it goes, and stuff like that. But I need to give a massive shout out to MC Freestyle, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be on these posters. It's all, through, he's helped me loads with the music, and it's he's helped me a lot to get to where I am. He's sort of, because I was a good MC, like I was good up and coming, I was getting better, but I was in a comfort zone, and I was in the comfort zone of just sitting in the shed. And this is like, nothing against the shed, but I was in the comfort zone of sitting in the shed and writing all the rhymes and writing all the bars and saying all the bars and doing all the lives constantly, which, don't get me wrong, it's still good to do them, but he brought me out of the comfort zone to jump on the mic like at parties in front of people, like house parties. He got me the encouragement to jump on the mic as guests in nightclubs, which has then obviously led me to get on the flyers, which now I'm getting out there a bit more, and I'm not just writing tunes at home and emceeing tunes at home. I'm going out there and showing a live audience what I can do, which is really what you want to do. If I can give anybody as an upcoming MC, or like a singer or a rapper or a DJ, as like any advice, is to if you get the chance to link up with somebody who does a similar thing to you, if you're a rapper and someone messages you in the nearby area, or someone in the nearby area who's done rapping for quite a long time, or someone who's maybe doing better than you at it, if you get the chance to link with that person, or same with a DJ, if you're DJing and you're sending your mixes about, and of some other people that mix, and he's throwing a house party or something, or having a little mix night, jump down and jump on the decks, because you never know where it might lead you. You never know, because like I say, all I did was link with a friend of mine called Ben, and then I got introduced with the radio stations. I got back into mixing myself. I've started getting on flyers for the MCing, and started rocking nightclubs and stuff like that. I haven't done, like, I don't do gigs every single weekend, but I'm definitely on a rise, and I'm getting more events, a couple of hardcore, now I've got a drum and bass one. I obviously gigged with Alliance in October, I'm back with them in December. I returned back to my rugby club after about a 2-year gap from not going there. I come back a lot better, and they've already confirmed that they'll be booking me again next year, so that's like, everything improves. So if you can get with any other musician, for whatever it is you do, singing, piano, if you can get anywhere where there's somebody who might know a bit more than you, who can give you a bit of advice, or someone you can jam together with, definitely do it, because it's alright, doing it at home and having a mix at home, there's nothing wrong with that, but after so long, it is good to spread your wings, it's good to stretch out, and I'm grateful that I've got to, like, I'm able to go to people's houses who can have a mix, and I can jump on the mic, and even now there's people who I haven't linked with yet, who sort of say like, you know, are you gonna, you know, who sort of say, you know, we need to get you round to my studio or something like that, where I just, you know, I've never got the time to go around and do it, and that's, in a way, that's a good thing. You know, in a way, not having the time, because it shows that something must be going right, that, you know, that you're linking with other people and you're not having time, rather than just being sat at home, where you basically could say yes to any, I guess, in a way, Tom, Dick or Harry. Do you know what I mean? So definitely would be what I would definitely recommend. But there we go. So, but yeah, cheers, man, for saying I'm a good MC. You know, but I just keep practicing, never give up. If you know it's the dream that you want, I mean, I've got people that aren't really into MCing, people that, you know, I'm good friends with, who probably just couldn't really care if I have a gig or not, or, you know, people that aren't really interested. But to be fair, like, you know, if it's something you love, like if it's something that they would love, like if it was playing football or something, I'd encourage them to stick at it, you know, whatever it would be. So, you know how it goes though, MC. MC Finley. Yeah, I am, Rob. PS4. But I am about to end, so.
What, on YouTube?
Yeah. I am about to end it though. So there we go, people. So don't forget, this Saturday the 23rd, down at Club Vega and The Edge. Me and Freestyle hosting. Room 2. And doing all the mic stuff, so.
There was some MC guy watching it, MC Finley. I've looked at his channel, it's pretty big, actually.
Yeah, it is a big channel, yeah. So there we go, people. Like, comment, share. Peace out. Oh, Robbie.